All right, good morning. We have Bible study number 18 now. We're in the section Lands of the Bible. We're reading about the Hebrew people. So we're going in chronological order again and different sections. So we're backtracking to 1850 BC, BCJC. All right. So start off with the prayer. We're going to start off with the modernized Lord's Prayer. Bow your heads if you'd like, or God's everywhere, but so look wherever you like, close your eyes, do whatever. Whatever you need to do, feel closer. God understands the intent, he knows what you're trying to do. So don't stress out too much about it. Just free your mind, man. Free your mind, and he'll speak to you. Our beloved Creator, who dwells among all things, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom will arrive upon the shoulders of your children. Your command will be fulfilled on earth as it is in heaven. Allow us to gratefully experience each day and each breath, the spirit of life, as an abundant feast of nourishment. Your word is truly sacred and enduring. Your blessings are the lifeblood we receive as a means to carry out your dear will. Please forgive us our offenses as we forgive our offenders. Have mercy upon all who vie deeply for atonement. Although we may act out of ignorance, make your divine grace known to all who desperately seek enlightenment. Do not lead us into temptation, but guide our impulses and protect us and deliver us from evil. For the entirety of creation is your domain, and we devote all power, glory, and praise to you now and forever. Truly, kindly, and wholeheartedly I pray. Amen. All right, let's crack into it. Page 36, right up top. The Hebrew Bible. Part 1, from Abraham to Moses, circa 1850 BC. Abraham sets out from Ur. He probably follows the royal road. This route is most likely Ur. Central Mesopotamia, western bank of the Euphrates, Hit, Abu Kamal, and Haran. So from Ur to central Mesopotamia to the western bank of the Euphrates to Hit to Abu Kamal to Haran. He remains at Haran until the death of his father Terah. From Haran through the Euphrates Valley, he sets out for Aleppo. From Aleppo, he approaches the mountains of anti-Lebanon, passes through Damascus, crosses the Jordan, and heads for the valley of Shechem. From there, he goes to Hebron. In Canaan, Abraham and his clan, about 300, dig wells, erect altars, and acquire land. Encountering a great famine in Canaan, Abraham goes to Egypt. Leaving Egypt, he returns in stages to Bethel, where he and his nephew Lot separate. Lot goes down the Jordan Valley as far as Sodom and to the south of the Dead Sea. Abraham remains in the terebinth of Mamre. From here, Abraham goes forth with his followers to defeat the kings of the east who have sacked Sodom and carried off Lot. On his return, he is blessed by Melchizedek, priest and king of Salem, or Jerusalem. During his stay at Mamre, Abraham often emigrates into the Negeb to Gerar and Beersheba. Abraham's offering of Isaac takes place on Mount Moriah, identified with the site of the temple at Jerusalem. Immediately after the offering, Abraham returns to his home in Hebron. Sarah dies at Hebron and is buried at Machpelah, which Abraham acquires as a tomb for his wife and his other dead. Abraham dies and is buried next to Sarah. In 1630 BC, as a result of a prolonged famine, the house of Israel emigrates to Egypt. Joseph, son of Jacob, plays a large role in this emigration. The Israelites settle in the land of Goshen, also called the land of Ramses, and remain there for about 400 years. During this lengthy period, the house of Israel increases ethnically through the annexation of Asiatic Semites who come to Egypt for various reasons. The 19th dynasty from 1315 to 1224, especially pharaohs Seti I and Ramses II, constitute the oppressors of the house of Israel. Part 2, from Egypt to the Promised Land. In 1230 BC, the most probable date for the exodus of the Hebrews from Egypt is about the year 1230 BC. The most probable route seems as follows: Ramses to Succoth to Etham, to the Bitter Lakes, to the desert of Etham, to Marah, to Elim, to Dafka, to Rephidim, to Mount Sinai, to Kibrath Hatava, to Hazeroth, then to Rithmah, then to Ramon Perez, to Libnah, to Risa, then to Makaloth, to Hashmonah, to the Kadesh Barnea, to Hor Haggidgad, to Jotbatha, to Abrona, to Ezion Geber, to Punan, to Oboth, to Barim. Wow. After many wanderings and battles, the house of Israel reaches Mount Nebo. From there, the Lord shows Moses the promised land. Having accomplished his great mission, Moses dies on Mount Nebo. Part 3, from Joshua to the Judges. In 1200 BC, after the Transjordan has been conquered by Moses, Joshua, his successor, crosses the Jordan and conquers Jericho. He defeats the confederated king of Jerusalem, Hebron, Yarmouth, Lachish, and Debir. He extends the Israelite conquest to the whole territory between Gaza and Kadesh Barnea. He conquers central and northern Palestine. In 1190 BC, after conquering Palestine, Joshua proceeds to the partitioning of the Cisjordan, since the Transjordan has already been divided by Moses among the tribes of Reuben, Gad, and the half-tribe of Manasseh. Joshua dies when he is about 120 years old. The house of Israel, divided into 12 tribes, is harassed by various enemies: the Philistines, Moabites, and Ammonites. Part 4, at the top of page 37 now. The series of 12 judges. Asterisk indicates the 6 minor judges. Okay. In 1130 BC, one Othniel is the first judge of Israel and the only one from the tribe of Judah. He delivers his people from the oppression of a king of Aram or Edom. This gives Israel 40 years of peace. Two, Ehud, from the tribe of Benjamin. He slays Eglon, king of Moab, assuring peace in that region for 80 years. Three. This one is a minor judge, the 6 minor judges. Shamgar is active at the same time as Samson. He saves his people from an attack of the Philistines. 4, Barak, from the tribe of Naphtali, is driven by the prophetess Deborah to confront and defeat Sisera, general of the Canaanite army, oppressor of the Israelites. 5, Gideon, from the tribe of Manasseh, delivers his people from the Midianites, invaders and oppressors of Israel. Abimelech, son of Gideon, commits many cruelties. He kills his brothers and proclaims himself king at Shechem, but after 3 years he perishes while battling against his rebelling subjects. He does not have the charisma of a judge, nor does he save his people, but he is the first person who, in tyrannical fashion, seeks to introduce the monarchy in Israel. Excuse me. 6, Tola, another minor judge. From the tribe of Issachar, rules Israel for 23 years. 7, a minor judge here, Jair, from the region of Gilead, rules Israel for 22 years. 8, Jephthah, from Gilead, one of the greatest warriors. He conquers the Ammonites and rules Israel for 6 years. 9, another minor judge here, Ibzan, probably from the tribe of Zebulun. He rules Israel for 7 years. 10. Oh, sorry. Still waking up here. Need some coffee or something. All right, 10, Elon from the tribe of Zebulun. He judges Israel for 10 years. 11, minor judge. Elon's a minor judge too. Elon, that was the first Elon. Abdon is a minor judge, Judge 11, from the territory of Ephraim. He rules Israel for 8 years. 12, Samson, from the tribe of Dan, inflicts grave losses on the Philistines. He is famous for his outstanding feats and rules Israel for 20 years. Samuel, from the tribe of Levi, although his history is not in the book of Judges, is really the last of the judges. He leads his people back to the worship of the true God. He fights and defeats the Philistines, and he anoints Saul as the first king of Israel, and then David, destining him for the kingdom. Part 5, the 3 kings of all Israel. In 1020 BC, first is Saul. Saul is the first king of Israel. He wars against its enemies, Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, the kings of Zobah, the Philistines. He dies by his own hand on Mount Gilboa after reigning for 20 years. 1000 BC, 2, David is consecrated king of Judah and Hebron. For 7 years, he fights against the survivors of the house of Saul and finally becomes king of all Israel. He makes Jerusalem the capital. David wars against the Philistines in the lowlands of the hills of Judah and confines them to 3 nearby cities. He reconquers all of the territory of Canaan in the Promised Land and also subjugates the Ammonites, Moabites, and Edomites. After reigning 40 years, old and close to death, David named Solomon his successor. 970 BC, 3, Solomon provides for the safety of his throne. He eliminates his competitors and rules his people in a benevolent manner. He builds the Temple Palace complex and completes the Temple Palace complex and completes the construction by which the place of the temple and the palace is united to the city of David. Solomon's private life signals a progressive moral decline. He forms a harem for himself of foreign and idolatrous women. You speak so badly about it. Like that's all right. Anyway, to please them, he builds pagan temples in Jerusalem. If it's something you guys disagreed with, doing his thing, man. Anyway, at his death, the great kingdom splits into 2 rural states: the kingdom of Israel, with its capital at Shechem, formed by the northern tribes, and the kingdom of Judah, with its capital at Jerusalem, formed by the southern tribes. I'm assuming the biggest problem they would have probably had with that was that he was spending too much money to do that, and then also it contradicted their beliefs. And so, like, Jewish people were kind of famous for not wanting other people, and so they're like, it's either Jewish or like their way or the highway, kind of deal. So people like it's weird. Like the Jewish people always play the victim, but at the same time, when they're in power, they always abuse it. It was like they start waging war. They start like just killing people, and they start like locking people up or just oppressing people, subjugating them, and it's probably the reason why they're not in charge. Yeah, they don't like people say like if people don't like Jewish people, they're anti-Semites. Well, like Jewish people seem like they're anti everything. So that's there's several reasons why the Jewish people kind of struggle so much, like trying to find places. They're exiled and like, dude, nobody wants them or likes them because their ways are kind of messed up. It's kind of a surprise they survived for so long. And obviously, it's not like we go out attacking them and everything like that. That's wrong. We've already established that we don't like what Hitler did, horrible, and like trying to oppress them, being anti-Semitic, that's bad too. But they're pretty bad in the sense that they're kind of hypocritical. Like Jewish people are very big hypocrites where they claim to like be victimized by all these people, but at the same time, anytime they're in power, they seem to just totally go hard on just abusing that power so much. And it's just really, really weird. So, victim role and be like, oh, he attacked me, he hit me. I'm like, dude, like because like you're going around killing their fucking people and going around calling a bunch of weird, like horrible stuff. Like somebody's got to put you guys in check. Like we don't want to hurt you, but at the same time, like when you guys have power, you go around hurting everybody else. And so it's like, and also the wares are kind of backwards, and they're I don't know. It seems like their leaders always been stubborn, don't like to compromise or anything like that. So gotta learn, man. Gotta learn one day. All right. We're on the two kingdoms. Anyway, so move right on. The two kingdoms. We have Judah and Israel. From 930 to 913, Rehoboam is the first king. He reinforces the kingdom with many constructs. He distributes the principal fortified cities among his sons and always resides at Jerusalem. He undergoes the invasion of the Pharaoh Shoshank and Israel in 930 to 910 BC. Jeroboam the first is the first king of Israel. He erects his capital at Shechem and then at Penuel in Transjordan. He establishes the worship of the golden calf at Bethel and Dan, effecting a religious schism. Sorry. Excuse me. All right. In 913 to 911 BC, Abijam wars against Jeroboam. He is buried in the city of David. And this one's next to us. So we have 911 to 870, but then Judah, and then we also have in Israel 910 to 909. So I'll do this one first. It's kind of going in order. So from 910 to 909 kind of spans multiple years, so it's kind of harder to put there. Well, I guess this only spans a year too. Nadab, son of Jeroboam, is slain by Baasha while he is besieging Gibbethon. All right, 911 to 878, 911 to 870 BC. Asa removes all the idols fashioned by his predecessors. He repels the assaults of Baasha, king of Israel. That's in Judah. And then Israel, in 909 to 886 BC, Baasha transfers the capital to Tirzah, 7 miles from Shechem. And in Pious King, he suffers the extermination of his entire family. Bummer. Impious. Hey Google, define impious.
Here's the definition of impious: showing a lack of respect for God or religion.
Okay. That's subjective perspective. But I don't know, we're still reading about history and that's maybe more details. It's like more of a summary, so I guess not trying to jump to conclusions, especially when just kind of skimming over a summary like this. So anyway, 886 to 885 BC, Elah, in a drunken state, is slain by his general Zimri, who then commits suicide after only 7 days of rule. 885 to 874 BC, Omri founds Samaria and transfers the capital of the kingdom to it. He is one of the most representative figures of Israel. In Judah, in 870 to 849 BC, Jehoshaphat is zealous for religion, weak in confrontations, and unfortunate in politics. He lets himself be drawn by Ahab, his relative, against Damascus and against Moab. In 874 in Israel to 853 BC, Ahab, son of Omri, repels the invasion of the king of Damascus. After marrying Jezebel, daughter of the king of Sidon, he allows her to introduce the worship of Baal into Israel. He is killed in a war against the Arameans. Isn't it Jezebel like something like people like was it not Billy Madison, not Happy Gilmore, what's the one? Bobby Buffet, Adam Sandler character where she's like, Jezebel, that girl's a devil. Foosball is a devil. Oh shit. Okay. All right, sorry, pardon me. Let's see, here we go. 849 to 843 BC in Judah, Jehoram marries Athaliah, daughter of Ahab. The Edomites rebel against the yoke of Judah. The Philistines make incursion against him. In 853 to 853, so I'm just saying 853, it's weird. Ahaziah, following the example of his parents, worships Baal, provoking God's wrath. 842 to 843, Joram, the other son of Ahab, takes part in the war against Moab and against the king of Damascus. The prophet Elisha overthrows the wicked dynasty of the Omrides and consecrates Jehu. There's a lot of bias in here. It's like they're not the lovely dynasty, they're wicked. They're wicked, they're evil. That dynasty's the devil. Oh, that's funny. All right. There's just so much bias in here. Book is filled with bias. The biased book of the Bible. Anyway, we're trying to push through, so let's keep going. It's just frustrating to read books like this. It's like there's so much propaganda. All right, 843, Ahaziah goes with Joram of Israel to fight against the Arameans. He is killed there by Jehu. And that's in Judah. Also in Judah, in 843 to 838, Athaliah, queen mother, has the entire royal line murdered. Oh shit. Yeah, sorry. Except Joash, a year-old baby. She fanatically propagates the worship of Baal until she is killed 7 years later by a usurper whom she placed on the throne of Joash, who is still young. In Israel, from 843 to 816 BC, Jehu has the kings of Israel and Judah killed, as well as all of the descendants of Ahab. He extirpates the worship of Baal. His kingdom is dismembered by the king of Damascus. Was everybody a dick back then? Like, you guys are like a bunch of a-holes. Like, just super tyrannical and oppressive. Keep going. Let's see if you guys improve. See if there's any improvements. Doesn't seem like it. But let's see if there's any redeeming qualities about you. All right, in 838 to 800, Joash reorganizes the administration of the temple. He delivers himself from the attacks of the king of Damascus with a large contribution. He is killed while descending from his place at Milo. That's in Judah. Then in Israel, in 816 to 801, Jehoahaz, defeated by king of Damascus, loses part of his territory toward the end of his rule. Thanks to the Lord's help, he regains the whole kingdom of Israel. From 801 to 786 BC in Israel, Joash defeats the king of Damascus 3 times. He obtains victories over Judah. In Judah, in 800 to 785 BC, Amaziah succumbs to the king of Israel, and he is killed in a plot. Bum, bum, bum. In 786 to 746 in Israel, Jeroboam II gives back to the kingdom of Israel its ancient boundaries, reconquering the Transjordan. He increases the richness and power of the kingdom. Under his long rule, Israel reaches its greatest political and territorial power. In 785 to 742 BC, in Judah, Uzziah or Azariah restores and fortifies Jerusalem, builds up agriculture, reconquers the Negev and the Philistine plain, and controls Edom. Stricken by leprosy, he retires to private life. In 746 BC in Israel, Zechariah rules for 6 months and is assassinated by Shalom. In 746 to 745 BC in Israel, Shalom, murderer of Zechariah and friend of Damascus, rules for only 1 year. In 742 to 735 BC in Judah, Jotham defeats the Ammonites and builds the upper gate of the temple of Jerusalem. Under his rule, the prophet Isaiah begins his prophetic ministry. From 737 to 736 BC in Israel, Pekahiah, after a very short reign, is killed by his official Pekah. Okay. In 737 to 732 in Israel, Pekah is responsible for the fact that the kingdom of Israel is reduced solely to the territories of Ephraim and western Manasseh. In 735 to 716 BC in Judah, Ahaz uses gifts to buy the aid of the king of Assyria against the kings of Damascus and of Israel, plotting to harm Judah. He introduces polytheistic worship, institutes religious and political slavery, tramples justice, oppresses the poor to pay the Assyrians. Oppresses the poor to pay the Assyrians. You guys don't use a lot of ands in here. Seems anyway. 732 to 724 BC in Hoshea plots against plots against. Okay, hold on. Oh, I need to wake up. Okay, here we go. Hoshea plots against his predecessor, is imprisoned by the Assyrians who invade Samaria. After 3 years, the kingdom of Israel comes to an end. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take a pause there. Pick back up on page 40, the single kingdom of Judah. And there's also, from there, there's the Babylonian exile to Judas Maccabeus, the Maccabean dynasty, the Hasmonean dynasty. From Herod the Great to Hadrian. All right. Got a good chunky bit to go from Lands of the Bible. All right, hope you guys enjoyed. Let's go ahead and finish with a closing prayer. Go ahead and end the video for now. So. Get people watching later. Verses, pick up those. Still sort of in the intro to the Bible. All right, so closing prayer. Beloved Lord, speak to me today. Let your voice rise above every worry, every distraction, and every fear. quiet my heart so I can recognize your whisper, the gentle guidance that only comes from you. Father, open my ears to hear your truth, open my mind to understand your wisdom, and open my spirit to receive your direction. If I wander, call me back. If I hesitate, strengthen me. If I doubt, remind me that you are near. Speak to me in the stillness and the moments of peace, and even in the challenges I face. Let your words shape my decisions, calm my emotions, and lead my steps. Lord, I am listening. Let your voice be the light that guides my day and comfort that carries me through every moment. Amen. All right. Thank you for watching. Those who, I got nobody right now, but future videos, trying to get more people to kind of join and watch and get a little Bible study group going, you know, kind of pick up the pace eventually. So people will come, start building it, people will come. So see you guys when I see you, and hope you guys have a very merry, jolly good day. All right. Peace.